I'm James D'Amico, Santa's head elf for the Ivoryton Illuminations, and you are listening to ICRV Radio, the stream feeding the River Valley.
Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Antiques Trail. My name is Gay Sherman Wentz, your host, and I have a special guest today from one of my favorite treasure troves, Finders Keepers in Old Saybrook. I have the owner, Heidi Wilmot. Welcome, Heidi.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I was actually just lining up outside your shop not too long ago. Her shop is famous for its Saturday after Thanksgiving sale, and I got there about 9:30 to be sure. Actually, I wasn't even at the head of the line. I think I was number 3 or 4.
We have a big showing. We're pretty lucky.
Even getting there at 9:30. And this year, she always sends out advanced emails. And this year, she said she had a huge surprise for this year's sale. So I'm thinking, I didn't know what it was. I'm like, is she going to have like a huge Frosty the Snowman out in the parking lot? Because Heidi's shop not only has stuff inside, but she's got all kinds of stuff piled outside. Everything from old doors to old mason jars and
windows.
Yeah, windows. Great place to get parts. And you just never know where you're going to find there. So.
Including wooden boxes. There's an adorable photograph of a youngster sitting in a little neat old antique wooden box.
Oh, that's my Caroline, yes.
Yeah, that's Heidi's daughter sitting on that little soda box that we posted on Facebook. So if you want to get a look at what Finders Keepers looks like, if you open up another tab on your computer, just go to ICRV Radio's Facebook page, and we got some pictures there. And Heidi has a Facebook page as well under Finders Keepers.
Finders Keepers Saybrook, yeah.
Finders Keepers Saybrook. Okay, great. And now how long have you had this business?
We're going on 16 years.
Wow.
Holy cow. How did that happen?
I know it was at least 8 to 10. I wasn't sure
16.
how much more of that. Wow.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, how long have you been doing this, Gay?
Going to her shop, you mean?
No, I mean, your own thing has been similar amount of time, right?
I've been doing it about 11 years now.
Yeah. Wow.
So
just
the
like
passion,
that.
yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling Dave earlier, one of the things I love about Heidi's place is it's such a throwback place. You don't find places like this anymore, and it's always a delight when I go in there, and I'll be like, because not everything's priced, which is great too. And you're like, so how much is this? And she's like, 50 cents. And I'm like, I just love that.
Is that your reflex move?
Yes, pretty much. Make it up as you go. That's what you have to do.
Something small, 50 cents. $1.
And so you don't price things
not a lot,
because sometimes you just don't have the bandwidth of the time to be able to do all that stuff, and you just figure, hey, you know what? I'm going to judge the customer and give them my best price.
No, never judge the customer. I just always give the best price.
Well, that's what I meant. I mean,
yes.
Just respect the customer. I guess that's what I meant. Yeah,
I do.
Perfect.
I do price the stuff that's outside because people are allowed to shop while I'm closed and slide the money under the front door. So
I didn't know
the doors and the window. Oh,
that's
yes.
so cool.
Yes, we're old school. So
okay,
yeah.
so I learned something
how cool
new
is that?
today. I learned something new.
And that happens?
all the time.
Really?
I feel very lucky.
The honor system.
Yeah, people
I
I
like
think
that.
feel good that you trust them.
wow. You just
See,
made
that's
my
another.
day.
That's another thing that doesn't happen anymore. Either.
Oh, wow.
Buns
That is
down to
great.
Finders
Except for like a
Keepers.
few farm stands, you know, where you can like grab a vegetable and leave the money, or
Yeah.
grab the honey on the side of the
love it.
road.
Okay, it sounds like you've done that, Kay.
Yes, I leave the money. Well, I started doing that when I lived out in Martha's Vineyard. There were a lot of places that, you know, roadside stands
Sure.
where you could grab something and leave the money.
And
But,
why not?
yeah.
Not.
Now, the big question on my mind, I'm sure a lot of people who go to Finders Keepers, is where do you get all this stuff?
Oh my.
Where does it come from?
Everywhere. I do mostly estates when people are moving, when people get divorced, when people are retiring, and
So clean outs.
yeah, you get a little bit of everything. You get
You
good
get stuff like
you get,
after estate sales when they
Sure.
had sold stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
I do a little bit of everything because then you get a little bit of everything. Not everybody wants the finest of antiques. A lot of people are repurposing these days and making things out of the doors and the windows and
Yeah.
old antiques. And
Yeah, your
so-
place is definitely a treasure trove for those upcycling, repurposing, recycling people, which this summer we talked about quite a bit.
Sure.
Repurpose
very-
Happiness show. There were a lot of different shows. The Salem Vintage Market had a
Very
lot of
popular.
upcyclers, and your place is definitely
Oh,
would be
yes.
top of my list
This
of
is the clientele, and I
places
love
to
it.
find.
Yeah, I love seeing what people do with the old objects or
Yeah. The other thing I like about your place, it's very unisex. Like there's something for everybody. Like in the back right corner, I guess you
you're
could
good.
call it.
You're good. Tool bench.
Yes,
Yes.
the tool bench. I think I actually posted a picture of that too, Ibby, of the tool bench. That's where my son Chauncey, when we go there, he makes a beeline for that corner because
And
that's
secretly like to shop too.
yeah. That's usually where he's looking for the cap guns. He's looking for the pocket knives.
Fishing.
Which, by the way, Heidi brought a little treasure trove of stuff, a little chip off the iceberg of what she's got in her place. And this knife is just like unbelievable. The blade itself is like a serpentine zigzag. It's got spikes coming off of is this called I forget what, the hilt?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, see, I know my...
She knows her weapons.
And then the wooden handle is carved at the bottom. It's very
carved
like
in it.
medieval looking.
Yes, and it has a little bit of inlay in there.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
And it's got like a tag on one side that looks like you can engrave your initials on it or something.
Maybe the owner had his initials in there at one time.
Is this supposed to be a bird? Actually, now that I'm looking at it, looks like a falcon. Like,
This
here's
just
the
came into
beak.
stock at Finders Keepers, so
the
this
eye.
is fresh merchandise we're looking at. I haven't
Ooh,
even
fresh.
checked it out.
I might have to take this one home for Chauncey because
Now, how
is
far
like-
back would that go?
totally up his alley.
Oh, this is at least late 1800s, turn of the century.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And European?
Yes.
South American?
I would say.
Yeah, it looks European to
European.
me by the
Yeah.
styling for sure.
Definitely.
I mean, look at that! Look at that blade, though.
I know, that's crazy.
Wow.
It's like
Not your typical knife. It's not your typical weapon.
not sure. Not sure. I wouldn't want to.
Don't mess with me tonight.
Encounter somebody in a dark alley with that thing.
Oh.
And then she's got this this glass, really cool thing, which I'm just the shape of it. It's got FF on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Which is not a swear word.
It's not a swear word. It's a fire extinguisher.
So, yeah, on the side, it's wait a minute. What does it say on the side? May 30th. I can see the date. Oh, it's patented. Patented May 30th, 1916.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wow.
That's cool.
That's way back.
So yeah.
Yeah.
you
So
can
when there
see
was a fire back in the day, they would take this and throw it at the fire.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Didn't they have like some sort of apparatus on the wall that it would
Yes.
sit on? Yeah. And it had, I don't know, it had
Somebody
like a
knows her
red,
antiques.
like
Wow.
a red, yeah. I know a few things. I know a
So
little
you,
thing
you
or about
would
thing
have
or two.
you would have bottled water as a fire extinguishing
It was actually a chemical
fixture. Oh, there's something
and
in
it.
it.
It was dyed red, as I remember, like red or purple.
It may have been the color. I don't know, but it was a
Yeah,
chemical.
Most
yeah.
of the ones I've seen have had a red liquid in it, and it wasn't just water. It actually had some.
So this is
Something.
100 years old.
I know.
Yeah.
Wow,
It's
how cool is
exactly
that?
100.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Of course, I always go there looking for, I make a beeline for the vintage jewelry, which I know is just to the left of the counter before you get to the counter. And then there's sometimes they're spread around.
Spread on the counter. You have to stop by.
Yeah.
There's a lot out today.
Oh, really? Ooh. Yeah, she brought this big bowl of jewelry that I just want to dig into right now.
I brought it especially for you.
Oh my God. Look at this stuff. Ooh, an old hairpin.
Ooh,
with a
that's
flower
glorious.
on it.
Beautiful.
And then there's like this little pill box that has gemstones. That's definitely amethyst. and it's got like a little velvet lining to it.
Oh.
Very kind of medieval looking.
Yes.
So when you go to estate sales and you find these wonderful items that are tucked away that have, meaning to the families and the individuals who have cherished them for years, it must be fascinating. You bring out the stories, you hear what has gone into the history
Sure.
behind these different things. What are some of the stories with the items that you see there?
There's these items. Actually, I did a house in Lyme about 6 months ago, and these are just coming out right now from that house. And it's a family where the mother and the father passed away, and the rest of the family lives at estate, so they can only take so much, and then you purchase up what's left, what they don't want to take. So,
And the era, the ages of some of the items here that are jewelry, for example, what would you say those are?
she's looking
A
at
lot
it
of-
first. She really is.
Right
This is a
now-
surprise for all of us.
Right now, I'm seeing like 1940s to 1970s, kind of a range. And then there's a few new things in here. I haven't gotten to the bottom yet.
That's half of the fun, is this searching and
Digging.
discovery down
Yeah.
below.
Well, that's one of the cool things about Heidi's shop is it's definitely a place to dig.
Yes.
And every time I go there, I find something. I don't think I've ever left your place empty-handed.
Thank you.
Pretty impossible too. Oh, let's see. Another thing she brought is this autograph book, which is dated May 23rd, 1929. Caroline Atwood from Willis and Leland Hawkins. It's an elite autograph album.
Yes.
It says
Of course, it's at Finders Keepers.
good. I'm like looking to see if there's
Anybody famous?
Anne Lambert. From March 28th, 1935. Dear Carol, in your golden chain of friendship, regard me as a good, strong link.
Oh, that's
kinda-
clever. That's
kinda-
clever for you, the jewelry lady.
That's kind of, I like that.
I like that too.
message. Let's see. When you are old and cannot see, put on your specs and think of me.
Aw.
Mary Reed, July 24th, 1932.
Weren't they so much more clever than we are now?
Yeah.
You were
Let's see.
wordsmiths.
Oh, this one is from Ginger. I love that name, Ginger. Yours to the kitchen sinks. They had a way of putting things. Let's see. And this one's from Mary Wire. Said, I draw the line on kissing, she said with firm intent.
Oh.
But he was a football player, so over the line he went.
Oh, that's a little spicy.
I know.
Wow, that's a little sassy there.
That's very spicy for 1935. And then she said, don't forget those good old days.
Oh.
Let's see. Oh, and then we got some from classmates. Love that comes from the heart, from me to you, your classmate and friend. Loretta Denault. A little French. They skip around on pages here.
Yes, they do.
So what do you find most people are coming and is there a specific thing that you're known for, or is it just the breadth and the variety?
I think the variety, the good prices. I always try to be fair with people. I do sell a lot of tools. I like to keep the supply for the men because then they let their women shop. So
Smart lady.
something for each. But I do sell a lot of tools, a lot of costume jewelry. I also sell a lot of the architectural items that are outside. The
Yeah,
doors
she's got
and
great-
windows and shutters every day I sell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got some great doors, great windows. It's one of the few places that I see bookcases too. You have a lot.
Those go fast.
A lot of my friends who own stores, like Joanne, who used to own Chaos and Deep
Yes.
River, she used to get like probably most of her display pieces from you, and
And-
that's how I found out about you actually. Was Joanne.
Good old Joanne, yes. And she did amazing things with everything that she has purchased through the years. She has quite a talent.
Are there things on your wish list that if you could find or discover in an estate sale or something that you've been
She smiles.
chomping at the bit to get?
No, not really. I think I just love the hunt, and I love meeting all of the interesting people and the interesting families, and just learning. It's a constant education, and appreciating all of the houses that I get to go into, and see artwork that you sometimes can only see in a museum. I mean, we are in the hub of the art world, and there's some amazing things, and old Lyme things that you just don't see in the average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it make you want to hold on to some of the stuff yourself?
No, not really.
She's about moving it.
I like to. I'll enjoy something for a while, maybe
Yeah.
take it home, and
Yeah.
then I'll bring it in and usually sell it. There's not too many things that I'm attached to. I do like variety though, so I do switch it up in my house and drive my husband absolutely crazy. So
So one of the cool things that Gay does is she kind of shares stories of where something might have come in and the person didn't know how good the item actually was, that they picked something up. And do you have any of those situations where somebody is letting something go at a estate sale or something, and they don't fully appreciate the fact that this is vintage, or this is a one of a kind item?
yes, and you should always be honest, because karma will bite you in the butt if you're not. So,
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah. So I mean, I would want somebody to tell me if I was screwing up. So yeah, you do your best and you tell them honestly, and I also tell them that I need to make some money too. So
Yeah.
but yeah, tell the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's some of the cooler items you've gotten over the years?
Oh, so many cool things. So many cool
Any
things.
that
I
really,
can't tell you all of them. That
any
would be
that's-
all
well,
of my
no.
secrets.
but any that stick out?
Wonderful etchings. I've had some great etchings. I feel very fortunate. Really, just tools. You can probably clearly tell are my favorite. I love the old planes, the old wood chisels, things like that intrigue me. But
What's interesting is there are a lot of artists now that are using some of the old tools actually as art.
yes, I do have a few customers who take the tools, and I have one guy who makes wrench benches. So he takes the old wrenches
yeah.
and makes benches out of them. They're the coolest thing. And I also have a couple guys who do sculptures out of
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. A
all
lot of
sorts
using
of
for
yard
sculpture.
tools. Amazing stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're works of art in themselves.
Yeah,
some of those
exactly.
Old tools.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah,
don't
and
make
the minds of
something like
these
that.
people who put them together too. It's crazy.
I know.
I love it.
I do too. I'm fascinated with how people figured something out
Yes.
back then,
Yeah, or how
No-
they just see something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Any unusual items that you can think of, or things that you didn't know what it was?
I have a sculpture right now of I need to find out what it is. It's very interesting. It's of a man. It's of a pleasantly plump man riding a bicycle, which is very small underneath him, and he's nude. And it's in this. I'm not even sure what the material is. It's all white. It's not a stone. It's not a plaster. It's really interesting. His face is a little bit crazy and distorted, and it's really pretty neat. And I haven't been able to find out anything about it. So
That
one day
sounds
I
like-
will. That's on my list of when I have
like
some time.
mid-century brutalist
Yes.
art
yes.
to me.
Totally mid-century.
Dave's like looking at me like,
I
how
did-
the hell
no,
do you know
I
this
did not.
stuff?
I did not fall for that. Hey Heidi, do I have it right? Are you at 141 Boston Post Road?
You got it.
And just so people know, Boston Post Road, is that closer to the entrance onto 95?
It is heading to Old Lyme. I'm on the left-hand side with all the junk outside. You really can't miss me.
So it's close to like Cloud 9.
Yeah, right past Cloud 9.
Yeah.
Eric's
It's
Towing.
where all the auto
get-
dealers used to be.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
you're heading into Old Saybrook, you take a left before you go over the bridge where the Amtrak station is.
Yes.
Okay.
Hang a left, and she's on the left.
They keep me on the other side of town.
Yeah, that little section there is very eclectic, isn't it?
Yes, and this is why I'm perfect. I'm the perfect fit there.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome. And what's the largest thing you've ever gotten?
Oh, the largest thing, a phone booth.
A phone booth.
Oh, seriously?
I mean, I've sold old campers and fun things like that, boats, cars,
When
whatever.
you think
but
about
Really?
a phone booth, it'd be really cool to have.
phone booth,
Especially-
it
Oh.
was huge and it was heavy, and I got it in the store.
Really?
Did you
had
get a
to-
good price for it?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very cool.
Was it, what vintage was it? 50s, 70s,
It was 1950s.
50s?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
cool.
Yeah, very heavy. One of the heaviest things I've ever moved.
Oh, I think that's neat.
Makes me want to like go in there and be Superman. That's what I always think of when I think of phone booths. Of course, today's generation, Chauncey doesn't even know what a darn phone booth is.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
We were in Pensacola one time behind a gas station. There was a payphone. It was broken and everything, but he was like, "What's that, Mom?" I'm like, "Oh my God."
That's hilarious.
This is bad.
You know what else would be cool is one of the London phones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Booths. I mean, the
Oh,
red ones.
those go for major money.
We could be rich if we had one of those.
All right, so here's a category of thing that I'm just starting to get into, but I don't have one yet.
Boy.
But I would love to get. I love the old trunks.
Sure, yes. Now, do you like the dome tops or do you like the flat tops?
See,
Ooh.
I'm kind of like just starting to get into it. Tell me what's more popular, or what's more valuable.
Well, the flat tops you can stack.
The flat tops
But
you can
the dome tops were the better ones. And you know why they were dome topped?
No, I don't.
So that other people couldn't stack their shit on top.
Oops.
There we have it. We end 2016.
Yes.
Actually, it's the second ever because
Is the
just
FCC going to go after me now?
Blame it on me. It's because I'm here.
that's funny. That's funny. That's all right.
all
Well,
goes
basically,
crazy.
it's so other people can't
all
stack their
family
trunks
here.
on top of yours. That's the reason why they domed them.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So those tend to be the nicer trunks.
Now, that being said,
Which
the
I
flat
have
tops are
one.
more popular because you can store and stack. You're junk.
Yeah. I do have one at my house if you'd like to check it out. I had somebody restored it
And
for
there is
me.
one on my front porch right now. If you drive by, you'll see it.
Really?
Oh,
It's $30.
oh, and then you can
$30.
stick money
And
under
then
the
you
door.
can slide the money into the door.
Are these the old leather case?
This is a nice trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I have to check that out.
Merry Christmas to you.
Well, it's cool when you talk about slipping it under the front door. People probably come in, they see things, then they leave, and they think, "Oh, you know what? I really should have gotten that."
Yes.
And so
they can come back.
Yes. They can
Yes.
slip it under the door.
Yes. It's wonderful.
That's so cool. I didn't know about the whole under the door thing.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it's very popular.
Reminds me of backdoor donuts. Which is now making me hungry. Any other secrets we needed to know about?
Oh, there's a lot of secrets, but we don't have
come
all
on.
night.
Is
And
there a
they're
rhyme?
too juicy to tell on
Is
air.
there like a rhyme or reason to when you put stuff out? Besides the big
Besides the holiday sale?
Saturday after
I mean,
Thanksgiving
I try
sale?
to do a big garden sale in the spring. I try to be smart about things, but I like to shuffle it through. I mean, you have to pretty much come every week, at least once a week, if not more. There's new stuff all the time.
I mean, do you put stuff more out for the weekend, or it doesn't matter?
Wednesdays and Saturdays are definite, but
Okay.
when it's busy and we're in season in the spring and the fall and the summer, it's almost every day.
How do you guys know what's about to be hot? How do you guys know what category is gonna, people are starting to, and you do it all the time with jewelry in particular, and we've talked about this a little bit, but you've never given
Whatever
up the
Martha
secret.
Stewart is doing.
It's whatever Martha Stewart.
or whatever is hot on Pinterest. That's always big. I can tell that something is.
So
yeah.
you use social
See
media
it.
as a way of trying to figure out what people are like into?
I never try to figure it out.
No.
No, because as soon as you think you know, you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just keep going out
Just
and
keep
doing,
moving it, shuffling
yeah.
it.
I do
Yeah.
my
Push
best
it
to
through.
try to figure it out because I have to
Don't do
buy
it.
stuff that people will want to buy. I don't want to buy stuff that's out.
I never know what they're going to want. I just like to sell it. I figure if you put it at a price that they don't have to think too hard about, they'll buy it. And generally for 16 years, it's worked, knock on wood. So,
Good for you.
yeah,
You just
I
kind
feel
of go
lucky.
with your gut on it.
Yes.
It's a good story. What are you shopping for, Ib?
Oh, I've got my eye
Do you
on
have
a few things.
toy trains?
You know what? I don't have any trains today.
Ah.
No, today.
But you do get them.
But you do
Of course
get 'em.
I get them, yeah.
Do you?
They
Yeah?
are very popular. We do have a big, the Amtrak men do stop by to shop at Finders Keepers for trains.
The Amtrak men?
Yes, they do.
That's so funny.
Yes, I called you guys out. Sorry.
You know what I like? Actually, I do like music boxes.
Music boxes, yes. I have a few in the store right now.
Ah.
Tis the season for music boxes.
I'll bet. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I had a favorite one when I was growing up, and it was this little doll that was on a like a
spring?
post. Yeah, and she would dance, and then she would go up on her ballet slippers and back down again to the
Oh,
music.
yes, and the
that
old
was
jewelry
classic, and
boxes,
you
or-
wind it on the. Oh, it was so so beautiful.
Memories. Yes.
Yes.
How about old advertisements, posters, wall
Those are
art?
always very
Oh,
popular.
yeah.
Sure.
She's
Do you
got
have a lot
those.
there?
She's got
Oh, yeah.
those
Do you
hanging
really?
all over
So you
her
really
shop.
need to come. I don't know why you haven't come by yet.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
No, yeah, we're
We've been
definitely-
missing you all these years.
We're definitely going to cut down.
Yeah, she's got
Hey, to
signs
introduce
hanging
us for
all.
this to come together.
Yeah, she's got signs hanging all over the place, and you got to dig.
Yes.
That's one of the.
We could do a live event down there.
That would be
Yeah,
cool.
that would be fun.
Like, what did you find in your treasure trove today? That's kind
There's
of
a lot of. I even try to have something for
Discovery.
the kids. Right now, we have a big Lego bin, and I'm letting them fill a bag for $2. I mean, that's pretty fun for them. They get excited.
It's a good
Got to
idea.
make everybody happy.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've found some good matchboxes there for
Yeah.
Chauncey in the past.
Little
put some-
Matchbox cars.
Yeah.
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 Just
Are,
put
are
some-
Hot Wheels collectibles?
Sure.
Yeah.
they?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And
Hot Wheels are hot,
there are some that can go into the hundreds of dollars, believe it or not.
and I just put some out
Because
today.
there's some.
That's stuff to my brother.
There were some that were limited edition or they didn't make many of them for some reason.
You know
So you have to
way
look it
too much.
I know. I know. I
See
do.
Chauncey and his rifles, man. It's very cool stuff.
Yeah,
Very
I actually got a really great pocket knife from your place, and when I got home, I looked it up online. It was worth like $200.
See?
And I was
See,
like,
you should
"Holy
stop."
cow!" I know. And Chauncey's like, "Where'd you get that, Mom?" I'm like, "I got it at Finders Keepers." And I think that was the first time I'd gone there.
So Heidi, you lay it out there and you give your best price and you try to be fair to everybody. So
do.
negotiations, you try not to,
I mean, people try, and if I think I'm being fair, then
yes, enough.
yeah.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Be nice to me if I'm being nice to you.
Wow. Can you pass that forward, please?
I don't think I've ever seen anybody not be nice to you. But
No, I'm really lucky. I have wonderful customers.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you really do have a warm smile. I mean, just sitting here around the table, it's just fun to hang out with you.
Thanks.
Yeah, and going in there, I mean, especially the holiday sale, it's like you feel like you're at Cheers or something. It's
Yeah.
like a lot of people know each other.
Yeah, it's a nice atmosphere.
A lot
I
of the
try to
same
keep it
people
that
come
way.
back every year.
And did you get all these ornaments there?
Yeah, I did. Every year I go to her holiday sale and I get all these 1950s shiny bright ornaments, and I snagged the big fish.
She got the big fish.
That
No,
was like one
that
of
looks
the
familiar. I think we had one of those in our house.
that was like one of the primo old
that was the
ornaments
hot
that
commodity
she had.
Yeah?
for the sale. Everybody wanted that.
This is
There's a
shiny
picture of
bright
that on
too.
Facebook, too. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yep.
cool.
Definitely caught my attention.
But the ones that are shaped like bells, the one with the indents, and the I forget what this stuff is called. This like
And Gay, what will
glittery
you
stuff.
do? Is will you make up a little special, collectible tree with these, or do you sell? them?
yeah, actually these probably will go on my mid-century aluminum tree. My palm.
Mid-century.
Something going on with the mid-century here.
Yeah, I know. I'm like mid-century crazy right now. It drives my husband nuts. But yeah, I've got one of those trees that has the aluminum. It's almost like tinsel. The branches have like almost like tinsel on them, and they have like a pom-pom burst at the end of each branch, and the trunk of the tree goes into a stand that revolves the tree and it plays music. And then
course
there's
it
a
does.
color wheel because you can't put lights on aluminum tree. It would, be a fire hazard. So, instead of putting lights on aluminum tree, there's a color wheel which turns around. It looks like something out of, Brady Bunch or the Partridge Family, and it's got usually red, blue, and yellow.
Yep.
And it rotates. The color wheel rotates, and it makes reflections on the silver tinsel tree. It's very trippy.
Speaking
Very
of tinsel,
psychedelic.
that was my surprise.
Really?
My holiday shop.
Oh, that's right.
We forgot.
I totally forgot to mention our pop-up shops.
There's only a few more days to shop there too.
Tinsel is one of them. What was the other one named?
Tinsel, that's the only one.
oh, okay.
One pop-up shop. One pop-up shop
Oh,
per
well,
season.
there's two doors. I guess I get mixed up. But actually, I got from Tinsel, I got a really nice hat with a
little pom-pom?
furry pom-pom on the
You're
top.
into the pom-poms this year.
Yeah. And I actually attached the brooch I got at your shop. I attached to the side of the hat.
Perfect.
So
Yes,
got the
that was a
old
fun
and-
experience
old and the new
opening that
together.
up.
So yeah, instead of a huge Frosty the Snowman sitting out front,
We opened another store.
Her big thing was a pop-up shop named Tinsel.
Yes.
Which is where?
Right next door.
Right next
to
door?
Finders Keepers.
Oh,
Yep.
jeez. Hey, so everybody knows Finders Keepers is at 141 Boston Post Road right there in the OSB. Heidi, if you could go back in time and hang out in any era, because you get to know a lot about
boy.
our textured past, what era
Never,
would...
ever have I been asked that question. I'm going to go with the 40s.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, do you have any nice cocktail rings?
I do.
You do?
You're right on
There isn't
spot.
anything that
Darn.
she doesn't
Yes.
have.
Look, he knows me already.
I'm heading over there tomorrow.
Come on down.
Hey, how about coming back and hanging out around the round table and sharing some love of things that have been part of our texture past? You know, we can do this again.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would love to.
Definitely.
We look forward to it.
Thanks for having me.
You're always welcome.